In this video, it's a bit of a non-update, to be honest. I'm still battling electrical gremlins with this car. I have pretty easily solved the not starting issue. I was having a problem where you turn the key and the electrics just die completely. I think we've still got a problem with this clamp. I've tried cleaning it up, but when that clamp's on the battery, it just cuts out, we lose power until you reconnect. So at the moment, I've got a jump lead running from the positive terminal to the positive clamp, and that is giving us electrics. But you'll note this light is on. That's an indicator light. That should not be illuminated. That's all a bit weird. That side light might be dead. Oh, that doesn't look very happy. Might have to change that one, but I don't think that's what's causing our weird light issue. We've got no headlamps at all, and when we put the light switch on, we get that indicator come on. And even more bizarrely, well, we do get tail lights at the back, both sides. We also get the left-hand indicator again. So this is all a bit peculiar, and I'm thinking it might actually be the headlamp switch. Here we go, just pop you in. Look at the headlamp switch. Why have we got those lights on? In that position, the main beam should not be on. So I'm pretty convinced something is up in the switch itself. Just operate. There we go. What has that achieved? Yeah, that should be switching between main beam and dip beam. That should be switching between side lights and dipped beam. So what have we got on now? Oh, now we've got common sense going on. This is just the side light circuit. So it does look like it's the headlamp circuit that's gone awry. There we go. No, we've got one side light on now. Only one, but I think that might be a dead bulb. So that probably explains why that one's not working. So we have correctly now got side lights, but no headlights. But I think even if I operate the flasher, I don't think I'm going to get any main beam. No. Very weird. So it's all a bit peculiar. That's what's going on with Giselle at the moment. Edging closer, need to find my mojo for this car. Oh my gosh, the adventures we've had. This was our only working car through quite a lot of the first lockdown. So our weekly shopping trips were all we were allowed to do. We did them in this car. I bought this car in Australia, collected it when I got back to the UK after the New Zealand-Australia trip with Miss Hubnut. Kept her secret back then. And then she became our default daily during lockdown. But we've not had a good year. Various woes. I blew something on the electrics. And yeah, things haven't been right since. That's the hydraulic pump kicking in again. So I've got this terminal. I don't know where that should go. I thought that should go to the alternator, but I've disconnected it from the alternator and everything still works. So it could be that that is actually an earth, but I have a feeling that's live 12 volts, so I don't want to just go touching that places. It'll go bang. So there's more work to be done here with a multimeter, but this is the first time Giselle has run in absolutely months, and she's purring away very merrily. And once we can dig this one out, then maybe we can try and dig this poor Matiz out. The Matiz I bought brand new in 1999, bought back 18 years later. Poor thing has just been sat there waiting for her turn. So let's turn this into a fleet update. I've still got things to do on this. I welcome your input, especially if you know your Citroens, you know what that's meant to be. No idea. It is charging, running fine. The dashboard light is off, which of course the dashboard light for battery charging was on the whole time I owned this car, until I changed the alternator. So I put a reconditioned alternator on, but during the work somehow something ended up going wrong with the electrics. And I think possibly something got fried, because certainly the speedometer bulb is out. So things definitely got cooked when it was overcharging before. So that's where we are with that. Metal Matiz still waiting her time. Bob is going to be our home for most of the summer holidays. So from the very end of July, hopefully we're taking Bob with us to Festival of the Unexceptional. And yeah, we'll be aboard that. That means the Hubnut store is probably going to be closed from mid-July right through August, because we just won't be able to process any orders. So we'll either take it offline or you'll just have to wait. One of the two, but we will tell you. We won't just leave you wondering where your stuff is. Took the Invacar we've got big plans for this. She will be coming out, don't you worry. Moving outside. Ellie the 2CV is here. By the time you see this video, she will have been used for prom transport. So I've come up today primarily to take Ellie away, not my Fiesta, not my transit van, to get her ready for her first school prom. Little Miss Hubnut, who is now taller than Miss Hubnut, wants Ellie as her prom car, and I'm very proud and absolutely delighted. So I'm going to be wearing a smart suit, and yeah, Ellie will be transport tomorrow. Really, really pleased about that. Bella the Berlingo still running very, very nicely indeed. Very, very smooth. So she'll be going on big travels because Bella will be towing Bob this summer. That is the plan. Before that, she's taking us on holiday, where her big load area is going to be useful. We'd have a ridiculous number of suitcases for 4 people. Shem with Charade going well. We've got an alternator belt to change on Shem's. Just restricted a bit at the number of cars. I can't fit Betty in the unit, so Betty tends to stay at home, which means Ellie, Shemmy or Bella are the other car at home. So Miss Hubnut can't drive Shemmy if she's up here. That is a big downside to where we live at the moment. There is not enough parking. And Betty, the Ford Fairmont, is the one that's missing. She's at home. She's having a much easier life because Bella is now back as default daily. So taking the strain off Betty and taking the strain off my wallet as well, because this vehicle drinks far less fuel. In fact, since I got her back on the road, I've done a few hundred miles and haven't had to fill her up yet. That's nice. Nice feeling. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Bit of a fleet update. Giselle here. I don't think I'm going to attempt to try and squeeze her through this gap today, so I'm not going to take her out for an actual drive around the yard. But it's good to have her running again. Get the oil circulating, literally blow the cobwebs out, which is very easily done on an air-cooled car. You just rev it, and lots and lots of dust gets blown out. Oh, it's such a sweet little engine. I need this car back on the road again. So hopefully... Oh look, she's cheered up. She's picked the tick over up now we've revved her up. Possibly a bit too much. There we go. Settled her back down again. So yeah, there will hopefully be some Giselle progress. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, having actually got her running again. But ultimately, I think my plan is probably to disconnect the light switch and then manually try jumping it and see if we can get lights working. So I need to study the wiring diagram. I have a Hinton manual somewhere. Hopefully that will be useful. It does look like I've got a dead bulb. That's fine. We'll sort that out. And then hopefully this one will be back into action again. But there's not really much point because we're going away in Bella for almost all of August. There's not really much point getting Giselle out. Giselle hasn't got a tow bar. Giselle can't tow Bob. Yeah, she might have to wait till September, and then we're starting to get towards winter. So she might not make it on the road this year, which would be terribly, terribly sad. But there we go. At least she's running. So thank you very much for watching this short little Hubnut fleet update. I shall see you in a future video. Farewell. I mean, it's kind of hypnotic, isn't it?